There are people in suits. Lawyer nipa oshe. The panagiti we know I see I'm not going to see Luano and sure. Ushiri. Where we have the Pidawans, Aye Shirawu. Ushiri. There are people in suits. Lawyer nipa oshe. The panagiti we know I see I'm not going to see Luano and Crawford Corner with Piana Koya one Aquachi Moshe. From anointing, it's not any anointing. Shalemo. What I was sure. We should read. Where we have the Pidawans, Aye Shirawu. There are people in suits. Lawyer nipa oshe. The panagiti we know I see I'm not going to see Luano and Crawford Corner with Piana Koya one Aquachi Moshe. From anointing, it's not any anointing. Shalemo.
Ebusia, ami mo bibia kwa abedin da so Dr. Rene ni di mu a oba na wedding kan abomodin na wa share kama. Ami nchia money feed the chameleon sanso na jikanza so ase. Owura abose so ayite sasreku so ase. Sanso na Kennedy Frimpong so ase. Ebusia, bomodin na share video no wa na yendi nkomo. Germany force wo mo de ene wi no ma gi atum nti wo Germany de a ja dan kashef wo no mo se ene de wo du Germany na se wo ye wo de a eno no ntimi nshi wi ni bi this is citizens ene wo mo a friend saying right to live in Germany what you see wo ye British German citizens ene wo mo asetna residence permit woman na your mom kwan se ombetimi ahyewi ti bebi ewiase na ekono no asisi de we no na manfo bomodin aso ombe legalize no first na illegal to smoke weed ewo Germany but sisi ni de German aban de age atum Ghana de we no yetwa ye de ama ghetto boys be we emfaso bebre woso Ghana can start thinking about earning foreign exchange. Oh, I will read him what you say commercialize. But I believe say we can do it bigger and better for commercial usage. But for other medical usage. I be boy am sika. Ghana de anyway, we share the video mami nuaba noble akwaba na minchia wonu mo beba chiri nyina ba behwe nyina so no mafemo ni se mo so mafeme ye ba be din komo ene nkomo e wo so a e friend saying Sewaa AMIHERE nsem na fa ba bia agibe bia nimsa manfo bi ka se wo the Ghanaian youth there are more important issues out there. Why is the Ghanaian youth a friend is saying wasting so much time? Why is the Ghanaian youth wasting so much time on Sewaa AMIHERE? A friend is saying Atopa trendy. Sewaa AMIHERE WAHALA. Na Atopa trendy no. I mean me who say Abrantia Kevin Bedu Taylor. Why is Ghanaian? Why are the Ghanaian youth wasting time? NDC. Them Agbenanso can the same thing. Why are the Ghanaian youth wasting much time? It's like the youth are not serious. You see, my message to politicians, they say, now who cause up? If the Ghanaian youth is not serious, the question they say, now who cause up? Now you people cause up. What you say? Because mobile 40 years, sebio muni munyansa and kamo de munyansa no be turning the fortunes of the Ghanaian youth around. Sebio mobedi Ghana and name MPP and DC. Muntimi bibi a bit me attended the fortunes of the Ghanaian youth around. So when there is a Ghanaian youth, no di sebio, and you munina dear. What you say? Ebimudi in Sembia, Mususu say yensem hunua. Now who cause some no? A yamuana makosi. What you say? Because the devil will find work for the idle hand. Sounds sooner, Sebu. When somebody share a year in Sembia and their share. Nkofu bebree bi nso ano wote ase nti saa na tie saa nso na Nyankopɔn nso twedi ampɔn nso bahwehwɛ nsɛm papa no de ama ne nkɔfo so ɔmo nkɔka te sɛ freedom fighters wote ase. So I don't think it should be a big problem, a big issue. For me, Sewaa AMIHERE when you below the age of 16. What you say? Per the Constitution of Ghana, no, we are when you're 16 years, which means started having sex. When you're 18 years, and no now between a worry. But from the ages of 16, you can start having, mutual, understanding sex. What you say? For me, Sewaa AMIHERE, no one a video no, and you share video now. Ewa bontinwa, utimi se wono abai wana na a video ne ho. Eti o video ne ho no, the question is no video ne ho di ayeden. No video ne ho ebia, in the act of a year bedroom no, certain things happens. Ebia no feels ebia o video no, because when the mind goes wild like that in the bedroom, ayana, you don't really reason. But you say, what do feelings the bedroom? Don't let your emotions override your reasoning. Sewaa video no about Bontino. Hey, she allowed her emotions in the bedroom to override her reasoning and believe the man and what done it. Thinking so only key video. But here we are. It's something that is in 92 years before. What you say? Know who you date. Know who you date. The person that you are dating, I say who nipa crown and nanti bedroom you may bo wa and you be a keke and I say you man kwanya say when in a bedroom sa man you be a keke. What you say? When you fall in love, know who you are falling in love so that you don't go and fall in love with the devil. What you say? We your bar, make sure you will not fall into the trap of a devil. We a bear man, so make sure you will not fall into the trap of friends and Eve. What you say? All these things we have to you learn from it as a woman, as a lady. Meaning say a mabi brino about bontin and mobile she Sewaa AMIHERE. And may a Fabino, yes, they have a point because some a Maria way no more tied in a TV so. They make people feel as if say other people Muhammadin. What you say? And my way, they will come and give you chair of John, chair Charles, chair Rastuke, chair. What has one why roll call na mame? Why? Him say ma bebre no ano ebi so abashi Sewaa AMIHERE. And you cannot fault them because the way I say Sewaa AMIHERE mono eye wo mo ho, they will come out and then they will always portray as if say they are the most ladies are woman no we are very hard working. Na nso go hwa ase no oti ase na something dey there woman in yash something dey there waiting dey there radum zo we go hwa ase no na waiting dey there radum zo eba na say na pressure koto yin young girls 18 19 20 no mutifie no akweso mo de mo mbo wo mo homode oti ase ai sa branch a wonye sika na ne wo fa bi a wotifie no wonye sika ayana na adwene ne sese bi okona oba na se wo fa ne tifie na adwene se wo fa ne ya kwadwufo. But in the free say, and maybe I know no go school no son. Now of an one a dead and then go school no we are a command of pocky be a man go see be a man biscuits be the real fee and then when yes can. So sometimes these women can buy pressure, but I believe say we your banner say be so or a tune baby a so my wife in the you have to be most still call the medium. And so my wife in and yes, a money embrace. What you say? Anything you see on social media, you believe it and then you run with it. No. Let me tell you something. We are a young girl and you want to be rich and famous. You move, you and knowledge of a yesika entem. What you say? Knowledge, sika. There is knowledge for money, and money, is big. How consistent you are with certain things are we. over a period, and how you master it, and how your the talent and now the art and now the people will appreciate and make sure so they will place value on it. What you see? And you know, we are young girl. Who will be to say Sewaa AMIHERE? Yes, Emma winning Cosano, Emma. I mean, not even Sewaa AMIHERE, anybody. If you want to be rich, you can just become a seamstress. Know your customers. Know customers you can supply certain things to. What you see? I'll give you some. Those days when I was young, in the city of Accra, maybe Sewaa Atopa, a mommy chop money. At that time, VSS me train some call uni and I say me too quite fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. And Maya, me sikana popi de be mameno. Na my mama me so de kakra kan na ma fa cab. What you see? Na ma kwa kotene bi a bus stop. Ariza call young boy, my fresh. Na ma kotena. At that time, I remember I used to, go sit down there, get my, some Sprite be and some, some spring rolls be. Na ma pay newspaper be. I'm free say be Uncle Harry. Ebi no anga say read because I was a young boy na me who kitty and he realized that I was small boy no but now just to have contact at that age I was having contact and leading to one thing to the other. So you're a young guy and a young girl. There are certain things I believe say you also have to expose yourself for the nature himself to lead you to bless you. We share them baby ajaishe. What you see? We share them baby ajaishe. What you see? Hey, don't ever give up in life. Don't ever say to yourself, say, you dear, won't send fata. What you see? That's what I'm trying to say. And then have faith and believe. Say, Yankupon, no, or Sisa Shebre, no. Shebre Sisa phone, or that's so a while, or Sisanko for Shebra, or Betimi Swasisa, Unso dear, Eddie amount, come, pepe. What you see? Sa pepe. Anyway. Ebusia mame fa Sewaa AMIHERE yenua ba ne de ento ye AMIHERE de menim sense ma fo ne to AMIHERE Sewaa AMIHERE menim se yikurum nzima ukọ esiema ufiri bi kurum kekam na ukọ esiema ye ne to ye AMIHERE ye to ble AMIHERE invida ye ne to invida ye ne to saadin no kofi pole ye kan poli ye ne to saa edin no ewe ho. Anyway, my menfa minua ba Sewaa AMIHERE ene ye nua be ma Henry no yemfa wo nsem to ha na yenko ene menkomo amene wo ba bedi no YouTube for the munim nkomo no dada Facebook for so what you say AMIHERE enzimadin Sewaa AMIHERE enzimadin what you say me wo fa no bi wo from AMIHERE nti yemfa Sewaa de no yemfa nto I say, well, for so the more do. Hey, Charlie say, well, for me, is sweet rough. Hey, almost clean and neat and tight. Anyway, my main friend on Tunche, na yanko the real matter for the day. As someone Niaje say Professor Agyeman-Duah. And this has we have to about. Professor, someone walking in the say, or a gym mental health screening for Ghanaian office seekers. What you see? Or say, let's scrutinize. A friend is saying mental fitness of Ghana's potential leaders. It will be a person or leader bia or Ghana bia. I the pancas I will say. I the pancas I say what for do? Say what for? When they're rough. Tell me Sure. Tight a chise bibia. Anyway, look, I came across this story. Ghana Web, City News, and all the other major news and story no Now listen to this. The story no is very, very important, and I think that I said this is where the conversation, I said noble. I was young, I make a job say food bank and also cost to many animal sponsors no sponsor me to say noble or no sponsor number one. I heard the pankasa sponsor number 2 a year Philly Damanfo sponsor number 3. Betty Sego sponsor number 4 omo support papa hey tell you come here yao come here ja yes I'm serious but come here ya come here me nsrim kofu but nobu na ema masri oni ahwe pankasa omo na ema masri sisi ya me nya sms na ma yesi o za me serious me ba me nsri na no Mommy be say, hey doctor, how do I serious? This idea. Would your bunny a show cry say, why you serious? Just say, oh my mom saw your bema, why you too serious? I'm saying, sister, yeah, but try. Yes, intimate sponsors are more hanana. Oh, I see you. Bushia, my idea, mamania so, ja, my idea, mamania so. Yugusua, ja, ye boy, my menemo, amoye, ja. Sebi onye funu, omenye bian fan woba. Maybe you might do 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, what them on comma, Adriani obedi edne. And ya fat your host say a community to say a yakikam, a CMA, Axim, Nessa, and Potemon, ya corner, ya quaco ye kakra. Said, Nano cra, Mema Memonsu ye bibi kakra, many so ye. Ja support ye, de isika kakra suboy, Emma, ya codonati, a yempa, ewo Axim. Hospital no aye old TSRA ban say Ghana for the say kasa YesRA ban say aban no hunu nyansa say hospital no titia asay no hunu nyansa say obemma no abeye hospital ni yi no wonye ni yi ogisi ye ne ekosre no owie ntu a ogi taxes a wo mesre ye yo ogi the force itia de mpa ene friend say other items ekoye hospital na ma say Axim association of United Kingdom, me mame, a can't be. Oh, my idea, papa, nti. A better woman in us, Otiasia, a better woman in us. Most are more and Zima, Zimusha, my. Anyway, in fact, and Tunchen. Story band, I cost was story band, the woman, woman, come story band, beam the woho. A professor, what can't say me, and I think, say, I agree with him totally. And Professor Agyeman-Duah said, we need to scrutinize the mental fitness of Ghana's potential leaders. Now, for me, I don't know about you. Apart from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who was a leader, most of the people are Ghana, I don't regard them as leaders. I see them as corrupt practitioners. That is how I see them. After Kwame Nkrumah, all the others are most of them are corrupt practitioners. They are not leaders. So you see them when they come to power. No money way. Don't let anybody lie to you. Say Akufo-Addo was a rich person before coming into power. No. The riches of Akufo-Addo, the riches of Ompapanom, making sure they stole it from rich Ghanaian men and rich foreigners who were living in the country at the time. So don't let anybody lie to you. Say Akufo-Addo na Ompapanom was sikadada. No. And this alien compliance law and the Akufo-Addo papa introduced you here. What you say? Emramo pamo ankra no. And when we introduce alien compliance law, into our for now, no more Japadi, they had to force them out of Ghana. And when they forced them out of Ghana, obviously they had the information at the time, and we would take it, capture people's properties. Intuition ni madine we kufa do tinwa, ne papa capture free ala teni biwa, ne ye business ala teni dia. Ibo man be fee and the siwa kama sa. Akufo-Addo mi akorofo. You can't, we are bold and we are saying it as it is. And President Akufo-Addo knows it. So for me, people like Akufo-Addo, I will not regard him as a leader. To me, he's a corrupt practitioner or practicing corruption on us, stealing. Tiene wuko, terminal 3, gonja ni etikesiye. Our de bo adwimu John Mahama Sisi wa Ghana and they will Akufo-Addo a friend said duty free one Akufo-Addo man and wanted to and almost less the kubu Jigan sika kombutu. And then you see restaurant be a friend in Sumunam. A Kufuado man at Tiwa Eja, Womudis and Semhunu, and the Sika a restaurant. So I don't regard people like that. What you say? It is monies meant to build a nation. And a Kufuado area. And I agree with what Professor is saying. I agree with him because many a times we do not scrutinize the people who come to lead the nation. I don't need to come and tell you, say, they need to be examined. Because there are certain things where you don't expect it to come from a leader. The behaviors, the characteristics of them. And it's my memory when NDC was in power, Akufo-Addo told the whole nation that if $1 was 2 cedis under Evans Fifi Atamils and John Dramani Mahama, if he was the president at the time, he will resign. That is his own words. I never forced him to say such things on the platform. Obviously, he's old enough. But then the question here, they say, we've not scrutinized his words when he was in opposition, what power any. So you see, the words in opposition is different from the words when the words are what power. Now he is in power. Let's ask him, $1, a cent, cities. You see, you watching this video should understand, say, when it comes to Ghana, TMU, and I can see in America, no, presidential candidates go through cognitive test. What you see? Now, President Akufo-Addo position, candidate Akufo-Addo. On my say, oh no, $1 no, a quick your friend is saying 2 cedis and Kobe resign. You see, politics is all about the words and making sure say you fulfill your words. A friend of character. What you see? Because people follow you because of what you are saying. That is where it starts. John Dramani Mahama, you never knew John Mahama until he started speaking. And you fell in love with your worker. Now we name Ohini David, we name Dr. Ren, we name your friend and say, you will fire out. You fell in love. And you know, you measure it with what? The actions. And only a friend a character. It is an innumerable seminal. And in the action, no qua. You can't be war, a can't say, was see our yo, into you say, or Hinibiano, was see our day, war yo, which means to say, the words and the actions are in tandem, then it means that the person has a good character. A person has only good character, no. The words and the action are never in tandem. A webra to Akufo-Addo in opposition. If $1 was 2 cedis and he was the president, he will resign. Today, let's ask him the same question. He is the president. $1 is now somewhere around 13 cedis. When is he going to resign? When is Akufo-Addo going to resign? Clearly, he is a man with no conviction. Clearly, he is a man with no good character. Clearly, the president has no character. What do you see? TME. So now, all that I can say is that at the end of the day, we as citizens have not been fair to Mother Ghana by asking Akufo-Addo, when is he going to resign? We've not been fair to him. We've not. Because he said it. What has changed? I didn't know resign yet. Is it because the citizens are also men and women without character? And because of that, we accept any person. Biasa. Because you cry any character. So clearly, when you listen to the president, you could see clearly that he is a man without character. A man who cannot fulfill his own words in his life. If a person will believe you or not, you are a follower of the Bible and you call yourself a Christian because when you go to the church on Sunday, someone preaches to you and a towasum na a fawa kumem na wunye GDS asum we de esemedi echiri. So ukoye na kwasi da bi no ne nsam no different from the actions and ukoye na akunu so wo kan asem no wafa se kind no se brana me fa ntwa wutia, you will not go to the same church again. That is what the president is. His words is not the same as his action. And so I am agreeing with what the professor is saying. And just like one of our brothers said, American, they do cognitive analysis, which means to say, cognitive means relating to the mental process involved in knowing of sound mind and sound the chrono action. Because when you sound mind, when the chrono shannon sebio, wait me a meja to chronim. Now, you share a deal. Your Constitution 1992. I was semi Constitution said, and Sunny Befa will be a president, and so would in fear 40 years. Now, after Susani Pacono, any sound mind. Now, the question is, sound mind, is this just a word in your or constitution? Say, a debia, you do Mujuma, said the America for a dear, maybe so. Yeah, the actual book, because we wouldn't say President Kufuor, he's not of a sound mind. Now, what is more dangerous? And they say, now a Kufuor is going to exit power for either a opposition party or his own party to take over. Now, what is scary here about Bawumia? Just watch his mannerisms. Watch the way he laughs, goofing. Obin can somewhere was nobody tinko to say a gamma lizard. Maybe I know a chene tekrema. And I know video ya or call a yako. Just say, no one ya born, read them no crano. It may be a one jump ya papa you was to the teacher something say, yeah, my soap, so some soap, so sa, who was Sakura was. Maybe there's something wrong with him. And what you all chances in someone worker, you can come to the conclusion that Dr. Agyeman-Duah is suffering from physiological fantastica. So we need to scrutinize, examine their mental faculties. Papa, yeah, friend about me. Now, is he okay? Can he lead the nation Ghana? Can he? Yeah, the chronician and sa. Obey to me, edini ni ama krono enya ho mfaso ogina bedwem no wo kasa yebetimi atake some joy and pride be one kasa anymore. Because you see, we should not be allowing ourselves or smaller countries to be dominating the world. Tie American leaders maybe cast out here and say, now you want to listen? Tie leaders like the Barack Obama money say, yeah, this man is going to meet people like that. If voted into power, God forbid. God forbid. I mean, Pengu. Now, but some femfra. God forbid. But when you listen to these people, to me, I don't see him to be a leader. I see Bawumia to be a corrupt practitioner. Not a legal practitioner. He is a corrupt practitioner. He practiced corruption. Now, you see, I didn't a professor Nikai. But see, for instance, the Constitution says if you want to be president, you have to be a citizen not below 40 years and of sane mind, sane, your sanity. The last requirement, I don't know if we have ever tested the minds of those who want to seek public office. Let's seek. Let's test their minds. Because to me, Apana Owusu say Agama lizard Bawumia. The mind didn't sound. To me, Dr. Ren. Now it's important for us all to understand, say, nation building, Ghana, no, we are stakeholders. Don't let anybody lie to you. Don't let anybody feel superior than you. Don't let. TME. Mema obi unemuna. Anuntina America for. Omo Revolutionary War 1776. Oko King Kaya. Benjamin Franklin. The quotation, and I quote, all men are created equal. Just even though Thomas Jefferson and Eja utie free woman, utie free nano, and sana a Benjamin Franklin was styling in the kakra. Inti we Ghana niya, and found uti sankore, and I would take come, and also uti buedia, and I would take a year aflao, and I would take gonja this year. Assassins. The most important thing is say, all Ghanaians are created equal. Believe it. Don't doubt it. No, don't doubt it. You are a Ghanaian. Believe it. You are created equal. So you as a stakeholder, you have to start asking yourself, and a constitution, a diashim say, Sebemo will be more quiet, so will be dear anymore. I see a Christian argument. And painful him the intra. Siania walk or dark Pasiano. When you need to be a penny Pasia. Sounds to be a to me walk or dark but down for money by a penny but down for. Until painful him. Along the line will be to be a buying tab by a big cacanano to be a bottom knee. Call asalam down. Madam for a friend OT. What you make catch or say asalam down hakuruna or nam. Forget how people dress. But I'm for me because psychiatric hospital would me tipraga. What shiny suit no number one thing. But when started so really didn't come up and say Agyeman a torch. So. You're paying for me brain cast out to say no, and paying for way Agyeman a torch. Yansani. Someone what cannot won't me far baby free. As some no crown and so. Now that is what most of our leaders have become. Atochi. Tieba humie kasa. Bebe mamo toilet. Papa penny. Ya the toilet eye Japadi e di jagane ni. Papa penny. Bible say when yansenin wo je Japadi e de man na nanom. Ankasa ne man ko awo. O de na nanom abehim. E toilet ye Japadi. Huh? So clearly you could see that this particular man called Dr. AMIHERE, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, no, Agyeman Atochi. To be no kasa, no yinsem kwankwa. He doesn't even know the place and time to create jokes or know everything about him. And jokes all the time. Obeka Cho say, what chisi no, what the Safwano, and the Aquacoto say, a friend is saying, cells, and now what the Aquato jail, and what this Safwano, the ama upon bueno, then IGPNA, the back, your man of scholarship, and go for your crumb for. That is why I keep telling you, they are not leaders, they are corrupt practitioners. But Umia was telling us, a $1 no. But the dollar not to cells. Safwano upon word making mockery of important matters. Time and place, he doesn't know. He doesn't understand when to share jokes and when to be serious. You should be sure so when you have a video beer, now Rollins will share Ghana for just say seriousness, no be dear grow. Or making you say, hey, this is not jokes. So you're embarrassing about the dear grow. You're serious. Hey, when he was telling the person, know the time and place to act. So when you see persons like Bawumia, I agree with the professor. Yeah. Professor Agyeman-Duah say 2024 about 20 years. You're call for be adwin. Emane nya say ewo. Your constitution wa keke. Abusia, what to make? Are we following the conversation? Are we enjoying the conversation? You are a stakeholder. I say we a stakeholder. Ghana Kruno nye Kufuado ne the Bawumia Monkwandia ayemini dia. So the former UN senior governance advisor, Professor Prof Agyeman-Duah, calling for increased scrutiny of potential leaders. No? I think that is a good call. And it's a call like what your constitution in 2024. Let's test these people. Because can you imagine so be said Kennedy Japan wanted to be president of the Republic of Ghana? Can you imagine? He wanted to be president too. Yes, if the MPP had voted for him as the flag bearer, by now I would have been talking about Kennedy Japan. Meanwhile, I saw a quite brutal combined team. I'm your side against you. Hey, cyborg. Won't be easy. He wanted to be president. Meanwhile, not constitution. But you see, you and I have taken Ghana say and fire. Ghana they say fire. Let Ghana matter to you. Make Ghana make matter for you. I am a pigeon man, can you? Take Ghana seriously. I'm telling you. You see, anything you don't take serious, you'll never benefit. I'm telling you on that. If you are not serious in life, you will never achieve any greatness. That is the gospel truth. Yeah. And you won't share video ni we are. Ask yourself, what makes me a Ghanaian? What makes me a Ghanaian? Huh? And then you will be funny passport. What me the two kind ko kuro bebre so. Who wants so the oh ba America kra na yasem. Oh go UK kra na yasem. E kura nsu etwa ho ahia. E kura ewia no beba. This ebia I started June July. Sumi mi nu pe. Na August as and then ne mu kakra. There was winter, there was spring, there was summer, there was autumn. 4 seasons in a year. You see, there was winter. Yeah, boy in spring. Yeah, boy in summer. Yeah, boy in autumn. Near the name. But it's how Kuno Baso Baswa. It's all quite mountains. Go quite do fat. Go bomb pie in your GDA said. Brunina Woka Cotono. Or the stamp will be seal passport himself. Maybe a tree. Yet an animal some person meba. Your bow de that yet a tree woman, sir. Enka anya bi ampono. Yempen from fa. Ensise papa ni ntumi hye na nananom animunyam. Ni yehwe se broni mom ne beba yekrum aba besom ye. Ankoba ne sa because me ni wo mi no. We are not examining the leaders wo faculty. Ene ya mami bi sa enye MPP a NDC mami bi sa ane ye di Ghana ku. Right, John Gates Mwakwaba. Culture B, I agree to you. Adams, I agree to you. Jataba, I agree to you. Jenny Love, I see you. Mamicha Jonas Brown, I see you. I was here. And the idea team now, Mami Bisa. NDC 4 year be be trauma, be trauma motonwa, then NDC 4 bua fu kofi or semicha. MPP be be trauma motonwa, no bua fu or machita for the bua. At the end, I go trauma moton. But Bible say, Aquadano Faba Tiano. Because literally NDC 4 years and MPP 4. But it is all some of us have to speak truth to them. Because me just say, oh, first born, second born, third born, fourth born, oh, mana wa woman you want them to excel and not to fail in life. So when you criticize them and you go hard on them, it doesn't mean say you hate your children. It means you want them to excel, do best. School papa McCoy. See, others have labored. We share their glory. Ours is to do exploit and add to the gains, not to subtract. It will be a real disorder college. You owe 25 years. You have to go back to the school and contribute your quota to the school. Yes, that is a disorder college. Because here we are school. That time, maybe we now 16 years at disorder college. You know, only 25 years can age in one. Oh, contribute to your quota to the school. Because you're adding to the gains of the school. Let me ask you, How many of us have also said we will ensure that Ghana progresses and develop and become one of the superpower countries in the world, or among the superpower countries in the world? Then are there Elliot also? Me, I know be Canterbury before, I know be Canterbury boy. Me, I be Elliot House boy. What do I say? Yes. Me house ni na a year friend say a dining hall opposite so yeah me classroom. TME. Rajon watching here. Offer. TNU. But yeah, who said Ghana and fire home. And the same you or Jimmy Phoebe. They're not dreaming crano. Enye ye papa. To Ghana and Krobit is a Ghana. Na Kufuado papa me na be president. Just imagine. Imagine that Kufuado's father being a ceremonial president. Was inside near my rough, sir. Can you imagine Akufo-Addo as the president of the Republic of Ghana? And look at the way he talks. Look at him well. And then you will read a video where Akufo-Addo picture. Now, Busa say, can you stare at this picture for just 1 minute? I'm asking you, it's when you're nightmares. Now, the team panning and ye panning and she pano and the beauty will be a beautiful. Not only does the physical appearance, but the actions makes it beautiful. Tomorrow's Bible was ow. And you say, a man for this why me ya tem say I don't know for maybe on a night singaling. Hey, the beauty of a branch, the physical being no, the beauty of Sikano or the Masewa. See, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. But when you look at our president, you could see wickedness and evil. That's what you see from the president. You don't see nothing apart from wickedness and evil. So you see the president when he's talking to us, he talks to us as if say Ghana Krono, Womuna Womachichiri Krono. He talks to us as if say without his family, Ghana would have not gained independence. Meanwhile, Yabaka Semuno, baby Kakrana na ehia. When it came, when it was very crucial, and we needed his family, they betrayed Ghana. So don't be alarmed. So when we say Akufo-Addo ne Bruni tenu oyi Burkina Faso fo ama o Judas. Akufo-Addo is a Judas. Judas is pineapple. Akufo-Addo. Judas is carrot. Judas is monkey. Orangutan. That is Akufo-Addo for you. Into a tenacia. He is looking for ways and means to betray the nation Ghana. That is why we confirm the Ejapa document. Everything about them is about betrayal. Not something that we will get goodness out of them. This is a man who promised God that my own personal pledge to you, God, I will make sure I will fulfill it. What is his personal pledge? His personal pledge was that when God makes me a president, I will build a cathedral. Akufo-Addo is the only person that can do that. That can trick Jesus Christ. Akufo-Addo is the only person that can trick God. That is who Akufo-Addo is. Ajana 1, Ajana 2 president. Fakokobeji, tuntuma na koko. Aza. Obini munko afonibia. Opambo munko afonibia. That is who they are. They are tricksters. So that's why I call these people not leaders, but rather corrupt practitioners. They came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Because their mind, we did not examine it. Now, you see, one of the biggest problems of the Ghanaian, which years ago I was part of it, and they say, we are people, we don't examine the matter well, to seek for other interpretations. But the moment we see something, we just run with it. And the level of ignorance, many of our people are too ignorant. So they believe in anything. Just give them 2 cups of rice. Give them oil. Yegusu chichiri oil. Yes. Yegusu wa Ghana wokoto oil, a fried oil, a cooking oil. Ye chichiri ewo rabe. Yegusu. 2020, 21st century, 2024. Wokoto cooking oil, ye chichiri egu rabem. Yebubu. La ailala. So you see, you ma come demo. Na adwene ntumi nwene. Wadwene nyina wode to ye carbohydrate. Brodo, beans. Wadwene na your beans. Who go school catch us odi beans and protein. Who school teacher no wa bon wan kire we ye. To ko na utumi di gari carbohydrate, beans, carbohydrate. Cause wadwene ya so di eno a benya protein. We don't eat food that feeds the brain to reason. We know kronim wono. Kufuado monsusu asabio. Omote wono so nam say omo wicked. And they take advantage of people like you. That is why me, Dr. Ren, I come and I do Dr. Ren politics. Because it's all about politics. Me buy internet issue. I didn't take any other thing apart from to talk about politics. Because I understand why I'm talking about. I understand. You see, in this world, let me tell you something. We are a system that people are operating. When you hear of America, you hear of Great Britain, you hear of France, you hear of these big countries. They operate in 3 things. They operate in defense. They operate in, a friend is saying, they operate with Satan, Angel Michael, that they call it, Angel Gabriel. Let me explain it to you. Alpha Bible, no, and find it transa. Satan is a master of art and culture, communication. So this word, communication, to change things, to make you act a fool. It will be through movies, through the media, through whatever means, communication. Satan is the master of all, a fine art. He will destroy you. He will destroy your ego. CCR. America operates through it. Great Britain, France, whatever. The European system is built on that. The Roman Empire was built on that. They will tell you Satan. Satan means that let's go out there and propagate an agenda of ignorance, make people more ignorant. They don't dwell on the names Lucifer, the light bearer. No. So it's the opposite. So when you see a Kufuado them, when they come and they talk to you, their speech is opposite what they practice. So I will build a cathedral or bois, nothing is going to be built. Thank you, sir. You would follow me to say Kufuado. Hey, because they themselves said, I don't know the cake. And their friends are so food chabo smoker. He doesn't even know himself. Because you see, Oh, and number 2, when we say Angel Michael, the world operates on defense system, defense mechanism. Defense, America is always American army. Through the medium, through the media, propagating that they are the greatest when it comes to defense. TMEA. And then when it comes to Gabriel, communication, they will act as if they love you. They lie. You buy them, they will take you as slaves. So I'm coming with the Bible. Before you realize you are in chains on the sea, coming to somebody's country to work, to labor for the person. If our leaders only will know how to ensure that they make us great and powerful. And making Ghana great and powerful, it's not rocket science. We have the can-do spirit already. Our women have the endurance spirit. They endure and they excel. The likes of Yasantu and Co. Endurance, and then they will excel. That's who we are. Our queen mothers from the Ghana South, from the Ghana coast to Infanti coastline and whatever, and Zima coastal line. What? They endure and they excel. But the question is, we've not been able to get a leader that will tap into us and draw the best out of us. We've not gotten a leader that can say that when I look at Upper East and Upper West, this is what I am going to establish to get the best out of these people. When I look at Ashanti region, the Bono, the Ahafo, this is what I have seen. And I want to draw the best out of the people to make them great and mighty. Not against themselves, not against any other region or any other tribe, but against any other person who is not a Ghanaian. We don't. No, we don't. And it's all because we still have men like Akufo-Addo and Co. in our midst, whose agenda is to ensure that the Ghanaian do not attain to his highest height in life. That is a fact. That is the truth. It's all because their mindset has been brainwashed. So you see, me sitting here, I don't need to be a president of Ghana, but I can tell you that I can draw the best out of the Votarians. And I gave you an example about Kwame Nkrumah. Even building universities, he did not just build universities and just name them. He was strategic in building universities. He said, let me build Kwame Nkrumah University of Science. Let me bring University of Science and Technology. During his time, it was University of Science and Technology. Do you know why? Because he knew that the people of the Upper East, Upper West, the Tamale, to Ashanti region, these people are crafty people, people that they do things with their hands. They are very creative. A woman, you come up Black Star to do one. Then he realizes that when it comes to business and commerce, any man so king, diary, in a legal way. It's the guns, and then this Eastern region. So when I brought University of Ghana, the University of Lagos, the University of Ghana, and Nkrumah realized, let me build business school, let me add the law faculty to it. Tap into these people, especially the Votarians, the Greater Accra people. Draw the best out of them. And he realized, let me build University of Cape Coast. These people love teaching. Let me add aeronautics to University of Cape Coast. The people of Western region, these people love this kind of engineering and aeronautics. Let me draw the best out of them. So that at least when we come together, we'll have men and women with talent and gift. You polish it, build it. That is why years ago, when other countries were not thinking of nuclear energy, Kwame Nkrumah was thinking of nuclear energy because he knew the potential of the Ghanaian. When BBC came to Ghana in 1957 after we gained independence, and they were asking how long are they going to make sure that they will use to build a kilometer of road. They thought we were going to use 1 year to build a kilometer of road. Woman, in less than 2 months, 1 kilometer of road was already built by Ghanaian citizens. And now women go to a classroom. They learned the job on site. We could do site one. Engineers kakrana enimuni ni abrofo kakrana echere woman. The people were able to pick it quickly. It was the Ghanaians that built Tema Township. See Tema Township, they ensure we see that we assume and Nkrumah and Ghanaians built Tema Township. You see, Ghana for you to me building a friend say harbor no to me expand and Nkrumah with Ghanaians expanded the harbor. The Korea dry dog guy what Tema harbor. Yeah, a friend saying a free farm buzi a mobile and one better now. Feel say a swimming pool, see a solo. You be a near CC ship. You build a ship a Ghana. Buzi a mobile. Lack of knowledge, my people perish. So what I'm trying to say is, I agree with what Professor is saying. That it's about time. That particular portion of our constitution, we need to start testing it. Yefan Shaba Umiamasi. Yefan Shawura John Dramani Masi. Woman Beso Mabidi and Nimbiano. Yefan Shaw must be test or my generation said, Sabio are general a year Juma. And I said, I general end. Or baby, I hear quicker coidie. I see you use that particular chapter of the Constitution to test and see things. Because you're paying for any while. To me, or my general. And yet, if I say, Yabot dam, or my bot dam, Yabobo dam. Tiensembia paying for a yard to me, and paying for we mupandi, Nyansemuno, I didn't know so. I bet then a nipa and I didn't know. NCC, the disabled and mentally ill people. That is why basically, you have fast systems and to acquire. So I didn't know kawa. Why the show? The enemy said the work to uncafu. Even how to make sure, sir, you did why didn't you mention that? That's how we are running about candy pamono. You want to see people witty mind. You see, hey, the person is a witch, the person is a wizard, the person is a witch. You not go to a gambaga witch camp. Yeah, mammy in painful. No, woman do pen so be not actually no. Hey, you not go to near bono and a period. It tells you the mental faculty of the people who did nim. I'm from president. My dream yet. I will say we can build it. If we want to build it, yes, we can build it. But who is going to lead the nation to that extent of everything? Said there be I'm ready to say, let me draw the best out of my people. And then been from Pastor boys. I remember when I started Third Force, and these guys and other people joined the Third Force. And these boys threw a challenge. They are going to do it with nobody's penny and peso. Thankfully, today they are everywhere. A cry, a penny, and a pen for no one, drinking or my drinking and bobo adamoa. I didn't hear some ranty way or yo. Some ranty way. And I see a foul. Near what training be crowd. A sad dear my woman. Now by night then I share a 2 hour mocha. Now Baba yo my juma. Why idea of what a too much channel to do it. So why don't you pay them and then take taxes out of them? But you're paying for them minutes. I didn't in judgment, you know. I want to mean winning conquer said there be baby I yet doing. Well, mine we are chili crow, and when we are trying to build a nation, we make sure so we get people with merits, people who are patriotic to build a nation. You cannot build a country with corrupt practitioners like a Kufuor and Baumi and Co. I don't know if you've heard about a year, the scholarship bonanza. This scholarship MS Kafuoni. Something meant for the needy. Kwame Nkrumah ne chance. Besina a Kufuor ne omabusiafo. Any abain abako NDC ni MPP. So scholarship no jima omo girlfriends. A big crown call. You are the needy guy, the needy girl needs that scholarship to finish the university, to acquire knowledge that the nation so needs. But misplaced priority. Baumia, Eyere Samira, GB the man wafasi, Ramadan ba. Ababa wana unko university in the UK, almost £30,000 a two. Meanwhile, Anabi corner for when you devastation. Over 10,000 children and boys and girls are sleeping streetism. In 2006, I did a story on streetism. At that time, it was about 6,000 and something. Station Makola ne Huni Kaneshi ne Seko ne Ring Road ya two ya boasi. And then now my story I'm a years ago na me student when you're student rather me junior at the Saddle College. Pagrip or the Bayer store them say hey massa. At that time, na be story na 6,000 something. One I'll report, hey, please go and do another story and find the numbers well and come and report it appropriately. And they want to hear the government spokesperson on governance and security. And then the Omo Dabontin Chromodoso. Going a cement in the crown. Intimate to na man for Sibimpo na man for to me, a current be a Jumano Pony. People are really, really suffering in Ghana. And that is why I really acknowledge Nobu, Arinepa, Nkasa, Filida Manfo, Betty Sego, Moa, Omodeboa Mia, Medi Epiane, and Morning Oil, and the Koshian Kakra, and the Coco, Ada villages, and Jama, Yama, Mammy, phone paying for Omodin Shira, Egu, a Yama before we no Maui, so kama, yeah, easy. Because a more dinning, which has So we have to understand all these things and look, chrono yetimono. So we NDC nina so be cry can NDC asema. Ema ubunfu because we don't Ghana and say me. And you won't now a stakeholder, means me a stakeholder. Sounds so no be can MPP asema. And you want him to say a kufad when him our muna kunfu to say the swear babeto. The P. And you won't now don't mind Ghana. Sikaya yediama UK 30-something thousand. Yen yananko school. I imagine textbooks, basic education for the textbooks. Imagine, size can get me from printed textbooks in my home. Huh? Nibusawo. Yen to me fire my minimum be a farmer, so would you have a bro, so go to a bro. That's why ye chebi near the schools. Our leaders are wicked, and I think that it has to do with I believe that. I believe so much in my papa. And I believe it so well until Nameka say. The time has come for us to exercise that part of your constitution. You know? Let's put it into good use. In the wisdom of the framers of the constitution, when we say, young leader, or free when you're 40 years with sane mind, ladies and gentlemen, do you really think that Baumia has a sound mind? Do you think that Baumia is a man with the sanity okay? Do you think so? Has any medical, I mean, Dr. Biaba Bontiabe, any psychologist I examine? These are things we need to know. Yeah, fakruna mom no anko fasa wa broni mu anye nsemu ni nsemfon na manom de mu nkonya nante omo ni broni na ma omo ntimi fa akonya ne bi nko broni krom otie so a we made these people who they are today. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. Without Ghana, Akufo-Addo is a non-entity. Without Ghana, Bawumia is a non-entity. We gave them the opportunity. Do not be afraid and speak truth. And that is why we'll be to say, may Dr. Ren, I will forever speak my mind. Because Ghana gave me a passport to travel outside. The Caribbean woman, my passport, send me to Kwanyo. I needed a sense of dear, a chance. Means me will crew a meeting. They won't go for woman crew. From refugees. Only baby people. A jeans will be Bejuomo. So Akufo-Addo travels on the ticket of Ghana passport, not on the ticket of a friend's Asen Gregoire passport, not the ticket of Sewaa Bruni passport. Forgive me. He travels on the ticket of a Ghanaian passport. So don't let anybody lie you that Akufo-Addo is better than you. No, they are not. So when people like Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, and when I hear the utterances of Brian Champomu trying to sound like they are greater than Ghana, then I tell you, Ghanaians, these be they who are trying to make themselves mightier than the nation that gave them the opportunity to serve. They are public servants, nothing apart from serving the nation Ghana. So they can never be better than the country Ghana. So if they become better than the nation Ghana, then there's a question mark. Then there is a big question mark. How can a servant be richer than a king? Then there is a question mark that you and I ought to ask. And ask well. About saying that Akufo-Addo no busuafo nya omo nyantam esenye o man Ghana no wo mo ye servant o mo ye nkwa aden na this year na ntefom na nkwa tete aponko so e na de akwa te say Akufo-Addo no ye The manum may be £1 million, $1 million restaurant. For foreign chefs. Every year, United Kingdom, America, Central, whatever, Congo, and about. Restaurant. As if to say, says, be a restaurant. There is no good chef in Ghana that can even manage their own restaurant. These are questions you need to ask. So when you and I are asking such questions, do not be afraid. Fear not. Don't let anybody lie you. Don't let anybody tell you, say you have to be timid because you are asking a question. These are the things. So we need to examine their minds. I don't think Bawumia will leave toilet as a legacy for his children. Why does he want to leave toilet as a legacy for you? They can never be bigger than Ghana. You are Utiemi. You are part of Ghana. So when a Kufadu goes outside and borrow money, he does not borrow money in his father's name. If his father was rich, that they so claim, he goes out there and borrow money in our name. Ajua, Efiba, Ache, Menaye. They go out there and borrow money in our names. They may say toilet. Hey, Ghana ya fuama die hwehwe wa brabom ye toilet. Ah, bah. Please. We also deserve the best things in life. So arise. I came to inspire you. And this particular part of our constitution, we need to exercise it. Okay? Abusia, send you name no. Edinu Daso, Dr. Ren. Send you David Ebekan. You have to learn something. And for me, if we are going to learn something, we have to ensure that we don't vote in corrupt practitioners again in our lives. I love you so much. Have a great weekend. Ghana be Chidi se ebe. Believe and have faith. Unko America dano. Unya jidie se udu America abe yo sikeni. So we jidie eneje wonkwa wo. We jidie eneje wonkwa. Ti yansu ye jidie anje ye jidie anje yenkwa why biem na de ebeji yenkwa. Enye obroni jidie na ebeji yenkwa. Eye meni jidie se wo man Ghana no sane tie bia no beyeye. Sane tie bia no mere ne bedua ye befa eye train efri eye enzema ye de befa afa eye tachiman ye de bekwa akofine nam ye bekwa akodu eye sesala ne akopepito bia nom ne wia ye se ye ko downtown akohwe se ye betumi afa boat bi ye de na de eye the Volta Lake so e wo Volta regional ye tumi si aflawo ne afa ya fetiri de chibie di ye wia ya bene ne mu abankra bonten so ye duwa ya pe akolobi na ja ye di ne ehunu say yes yenso ye nipa. And I believe say Ghana be I have great belief in Ghana. I love Ghanaians and I believe in Ghana. Believe in Ghana. Ebe. But that does not mean say we should keep quiet. We will question them. Whether it's NDC or MPP, we will question them. Because we want the best from them. Because our forefathers have labored. And it is our time to also add to the gains so that those who come after us will take up the good story, not the bad one. Not the story that we were enslaved. Not the story that we were still living in abject poverty. That story, we cannot just say, oh, God forbid. God forbid is not just enough. We need to move from just the saying of God forbid and work to ensure that the future of our children we will be guaranteed, and that future will be a prosperous future for them all, not for a few, not for the few, but for us all. It doesn't matter which kind of tribe you belong. It doesn't matter which kind of religion that you worship. It doesn't matter where you come from, whether you're from the north or south or east or west. We need to ensure we build Ghana for all. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abena. Thank you guys. So thank you, Falas Navy. Thank you all, Abushia. Mamenda Munina Masi Ewo YouTube. So Jonas Brown, Mamenda Masi, Jikanza, Mandawasi. Nana O, my Nana O, and Ewa Haina, Money for the Chameleon. Abushia, Mambo Dianyabua Payobi. I love all of you. But that's the same as mobile support here. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you all. Have a great weekend.